Hey folks, so I just walked and I just had the weed eater out, did some more in the backyard here, so I'm exhausted, so I wonder why. Oh my goodness, I don't have a whole lot to update. As far as my tube here goes, my project video, you'll see this before you see it. I've got the monster up on stands right now. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's on stands. All the wheels are off there right now. Doing things properly. A lot of issues. I just got afraid of driving it. I was so worried that something was going to fall apart or something. So I made the decision, well, I have to do it now. That one back tire was flat anyways. I think I told you in the last update that I couldn't put air in it anymore. I had to put air in every couple of days, and I couldn't do that because the tire had shifted on the rim, so the bell stem's sticking out on an angle, and I can't get the pump on it. So I had to change the back tire anyways, but I want to paint the rims, so they're going to be off for a while, so I might as well just do everything at once. So I got what I need now to work on the front. As far as the one spacer that I made, the suspension arm spacer, it's got the copper tube squished around it. One was rattling pretty bad. I think I know why now. I had an issue with one of the plastic spacers. So I know when I keep saying spacers, everything gets confusing, but it's got the steel tube that everything goes in, and inside that steel tube there's a plastic spacer type thing. I'm guessing they use plastic so if it rattles it keeps the noise down. It's in two sections. One goes in from the front, one goes in from the back. One of those got messed up taking it out, so I couldn't replace it. So it's only got one in there, so that might be why it was rattling. I'm not sure, because it just wasn't fitting tight. And then inside this plastic spacer is a steel spacer that the bolt goes into. So we got the bolt, the spacer, just like this. At the bolt that goes into the spacer. This one's very. These are fused together. I can't use these anymore, so I had to come up with my own. And then that goes inside the plastic spacer, and all that goes inside the tube. So I wanted to see, because I think this is going to work for the steering. Make up the steering spacer. Then I decided, well, I might as well see what the dimensions of that steering arm tube is. And I know the bolts are 8mm, they're on 8 bolts. I measured them anyways just to make sure, but yeah. So I wanted to see if I could find a tube that was 8mm inside diameter and 15mm outside diameter. 15 is the inside diameter of that big tube. So I decided not to go with steel. Because, like I say, if steel rattles, it makes a lot of noise. So I'll go plastic. I would like to have used silicone, because I could find silicone tubes, but there isn't going to be a steel spacer inside it. So, the bolt's going to just kind of eat away at that as it moves around, and it's going to loosen up. And so I had to go with a harder plastic. I think it's PVC. There's so many different ones I was looking at. It's either PVC, acrylic, or nylon. I think it's PVC. I don't remember exactly. I'll take a screenshot and I'll throw it up here. So I couldn't find one that was 15mm outside diameter and 8mm inside diameter. So with the issue with the bearings is the outside diameter of this tube is 12mm. The inside diameter of the bearing is 12mm. They're both the same size, and it won't go on. I didn't want to run into that with this problem. The difference being, it's a threaded bolt that's going into that hole. So if it wasn't quite, then I could just screw the bolt into that plastic spacer, if you can understand what I mean. And I'll just screw it. It'll be, cause an issue for me taking it out, but that'd be a lot more work. but nothing's going to move, right? But I couldn't find 8mm inside diameter along with the 15mm outside diameter. The closest I could get was the 9mm inside diameter. So it's going to have 1mm of play. I'm hoping that's not going to cause an issue, but it's going to be better than what's there. It's not going to move as much as it's moving right now, so I'm hoping that works. And if that's a solution, then any other ones that I have to change, then I'll be able to replace those as needed. So hoping that works. I'm hoping I've got everything I need now to get this done right. So I'm going to put all 4 new tires on. And that's what I forgot to do today. I was going to call my dealer and take care of my steering rod. I have the dimensions of the steering rod. I mentioned this in my project video, but I'm going to say it again. My dealer thinks the issue with Heartway is it's a French company. Its headquarters is in, or at least the distributor is in Quebec. They speak French there. So he says anything, when he orders parts, it has to be translated into French, and he's thinking that might be where the issue is. So I'm thinking 4 ball joints for the monster. Okay, that means 2 lefts, 2 rights. That does not mean 4 rights or 4 lefts, 2 different sizes. Translation isn't going to mess that up, okay? I'm not going to take a chance. I took the steering bar off. I measured it. It's 422mm and 16 3/8, I think, inches. My ruler's too far away. I think that's what it was. 16 point something anyways. I know there's an 8 in there. Something 8s. I think it was 3/8. So I'm going to give him both of those dimensions so he can give Heartway both of those dimensions. And hopefully they get it right. I'm assuming they will. But, rather than saying the long bar on the monster or the lower bar, I'm going to actually give them the dimensions of it. Just to make sure. We'll see how that goes. I think millimeters in French is still mm. I know meter is, it's just spelled different. And it's got an accent on the E. Inches, I think is PO, P-O. I'm not sure if that's the short form. Inch short form is IN. I think in French it's PO for the short form, or that's PO is the full name inch, I'm not sure. So that shouldn't be hard to figure out, it shouldn't be hard to figure out. It shouldn't be hard to screw it up with what I was thinking, but it shouldn't be hard to figure out. So, fingers crossed. But like I say, I was going to call today. I completely forgot. It's too late now. It's almost 6:30 now. But the issue I'm having right now is lack of motivation. And it's so hard to get anything going. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I just ate my wraps, so not sitting right just yet. I had to get something done. I didn't come out yesterday at all. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get myself to do anything. I just laid in bed all day and did work on the computer instead, which needs to be done anyways, but it can be done at any time. This needs to be done now because I can't drive the monster till this is finished. So it's going to be sitting here for a while as it is. So I come out today. Well, kind of part of the problem yesterday was it was a hot day. It was really hot and it was really muggy. We got storms last night when the cold front come through. Nothing major, not here anyways. It was kind of cool because I knew we had rain forecast, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know we were supposed to get storms or anything. I didn't even know we had a cold front down. But I was sitting at the computer and I heard thunder. So I looked at the radar and yeah, there's storms. Okay, enough of the horns. So nothing major. We got a lot of rain, a lot of hail, much needed rain. We really needed that rain, so that was nice. We've been in drought condition here for quite a while. Everywhere around us has been getting rain, not us. So we needed it. That was pretty good. And everything cleared out, and a little while later I heard thunder again. And I'm thinking, okay, where's that coming from? I looked at the radar again, and I don't see anything. There's rain to the south of us. That must be where it's coming from, the southwest. And sure enough, it developed. It was just starting up. It developed into a pretty good storm as it went by. But it was weird because it was constant lightning. I looked out the window. It was constant lightning to the south, and it's like it reminded me of the fireworks. There's constant flashes of light and constant rumbles of thunder. It was really something. But like I say, we didn't get any rain from it. It all went to the south of us. Went by on the side. Went by to the south of us. But it was. I could hear the thunder. It sounded really cool. And a little while later, we had another short shower come through. That's all we got. But like I said, we got some pretty good rain from that first storm to come through, so that was nice. That was really nice. So that's my excuse for not going out yesterday. It was too hot. And for the most part, the sun was on the garage. I think later in the afternoon when I would have been out here, the sun wasn't, so it wouldn't have been heating up as much in here as it does in, mid-afternoon. So I just couldn't motivate myself to do anything. And today I come out, and even once I got out here, I was like, okay, what do I do first, right? I had to get something done. I have to. So I'm just looking and say, what can I start with that's easy? If I start with something easy, then it'll motivate me to continue on to something else, right? So I decided to take the tires off the rims so I can get the rims all cleaned up and painted and get ready to be painted. So I started with the front tires because the front tires are always the hardest to take off the rims. Surprised me. They came off pretty easy. So what I normally do is I lubricate the rims, just put a thin layer of silicone lubricant on the rims themselves so that nothing sticks when I try to take them off. It doesn't always work, but I think I'm not even sure what to say, but whatever I did last time worked. They fell apart basically. I was impressed. They came apart really easy, which was nice. It was a nice break. And I went to the back tires and same thing. They came out. Well, they weren't as easy actually, surprisingly, because the two parts of the rim kind of stuck together. So I had a little bit of pounding to persuade them to come apart for me. But other than that, they weren't much of an issue at all. So I got that done. That was pretty nice. So I'm looking at, there's a lot of paint peeling off. I have to take all the paint off now. And because the last time I painted them, I just painted the outside rim, the part that's visible. I never painted anything else. So I'm going to do all of it. Both pieces on all four wheels this time. And the inside ones, especially on the back rims, the paint's just coming off in huge flakes. So, okay, I gotta do that. So that was my next job. I have a putty knife somewhere. I don't have a clue where it is. So I don't want to use a screwdriver because I'll put scratches in the rims, and that shows up in the paint. So I decided I gotta walk down to Dollar M and get me a putty knife. That's where the walking came in. Well, they don't have any. They don't have the normal, like, 1 inch, inch and a half, whatever they are, putty knife. They got these big ones. They're like 6 inches wide. And I was like, no. But I want the putty knife because it's flexible. They're thin. And I can scrape the inside of the rim with them. It'll bend to the contours of the rim, right? That's why I wanted the putty knife. Well, I couldn't find, they didn't have any. So I ended up getting a scraper. And I never checked this, but yeah, it's really stiff. So it's not going to bend like the putty knife will. But I have something, I need something to scrape. I got, I'm not even sure what I have for paintbrushes anymore. So I bought this. It's a 5-pack. I thought it was a 6-pack. 5-pack. So I got a bunch of the ones for painting the big areas. And I got the little ones for painting in the little nooks and crannies, which I need. I don't think I have any of these little ones left. That's why I bought this. But I don't know what I have here anymore. But when I was looking at the paintbrushes, they have one. It's an actual paintbrush, but it's got like a gun grip, if you know what I mean. It's a contoured grip. I don't understand why you would need that with a paintbrush, but it comes out. I actually looked at it to see what it was, because all I saw was this wooden handle. I think, oh, that's kind of odd. What the heck is that, right? So I look at it, and it's got a paintbrush on it. It just kind of... I can find a single one. I'll use this as an example. You can picture paintbrush, got the bristles on the end, but it's got like a gun grip on this end. If you can imagine that. I guess that would be comfortable for painting, but you can't turn it around to, to use both sides of the brush like I do. It is weird. It was big and heavy. I had to actually take it off the hook to actually look at it to see what it was. And it's got some weight to it. I don't think I could paint with that. It's just too heavy. So from there I walked over to Timmy's and I got my coffee and picked up my wraps. It's Monday. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. Yeah, that's when I'm doing my update video. So Monday the new offers come through, and it's different this time. That the wraps weren't 2 for $8 or buy one get one free or anything. It was 20% off mine too. So still a discount there. And I won't buy them if there's no discount on them. They're just too expensive. They're like $8 each. So I made used to that. And I got home. I sat in my chair out front of the garage here, ate, sat and relaxed. And I'm thinking, okay, now what do I do? Now I don't feel like doing anything because I walked. So one thing that had to be done, I'm not finished cutting the yard yet. I got the front done, except between the sidewalk and the road. I realized I forgot that. So, at the back out here, I got most of the front done the first time. The second time I finished off the front and did part of the back. I think that's all I did. So I did more of the back. I'll take one more round to finish the back off. And then I get to start over again. So I got that done. I'm totally roasted now, so I'm done for today. Out here anyways. I may look to see if there's something little thing I can do before I go in, but I've already got everything, all my cameras and everything packed away, so I think I'm done. But I got something done, so I'm happy. And in other news, I found out yesterday that my aunt's house sold. Yay. Well, it'll be probably at least another month before it's finalized and everything. So that's the last of my aunts that were living in that house, so it was sold. And my mother told me I'd be getting some money from that. And I'm not going to assume how much money I'm getting, but I'm just thinking in my mind, what can I do if I get a bunch of money? Let's say, for example, like I say, I'm not going to assume how much I'm getting, but let's say $1,000. What would I do? I could use that money right away to get better cameras. Like my vlogging camera here is just, it works, but it's just not adequate. I'm probably out of focus here because the focus, the minimum distance is really, really far away, and coloring it, it's very cheap, very, very cheap. And a microphone doesn't work with it anymore, so that's the biggest issue I got with it right now. The microphone's not working, so I need to replace that right away. And I would like to get a better camera for the monster as well. I think there was something else I wanted to replace. I need another hard drive, external hard drive. I still haven't replaced that last one that I lost. I haven't been able to afford to. So I'm thinking that. The other thing I'm thinking, if I use that money to pay off the monster, what's left of the monsters, I still got another year of payments on it. That'll free up $130 a month. You know, that payment I won't have. So I can either, you know, enjoy the money all at once, or pay off the monster and have more money each month from then on. Or do I give that money to Zach so he can fix his car? Because he's really, I'm not sure how much it would cost him to get it fixed, but he was looking into it, and it's not something that he can, you know, get parts for as he can afford it. He needs a whole bunch of money all at once to replace the turbo that's gone. And that's assuming there's no damage inside the engine from that happening. So, I don't know. I don't know. But I'll see how much I get and when I get it. And I'll just kind of, you know, situation might change between now and then. Who knows? I might need it for something else. Because that tends to happen to me. All my life that's happened that way. Something will happen and all of a sudden I'll need money and I'll get all worried, oh crap, what am I going to do? And then basically at the last moment, the money shows up. You know, so I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to enjoy this money and not need it when it shows up. That would be nice. Actually have some extra for a change. Because I'm not relying on YouTube anymore. I got $37 for this month. That's all I got. Or not this month, but for the month of June. That's what my payment for June is. And I've doubled my ads and the revenue's still going down. But I watch my videos. When I do my daily video search, I make a playlist of all the videos that are out for that day. I watch mine get thrown in with the playlist as well. I haven't seen ads on my videos for a while. So that's what the issue is. It's not the number of ads. It's not the number of views. It's just the ads aren't being shown. So YouTube's messing with me and it's really ticking me off. So I can't rely on it, you know. There was a period last year I was getting paid every month. I was over $100 every month. And that was nice. But before that and since then, it's been every 2 months. Because you don't get paid until you reach $100, and it's, you know, anywhere $50 to $60 a month. It takes 2 months to reach that $100. So I should have got paid this month, but nope. So I'm at I think $88 now. So, you know, as long as I make $12 next month, then, you know, I'll get paid next month. In a way, it's kind of a good thing because I don't need it this month. I still have money left over. I got more money from one of my other sisters, which really helped just before the end of the month. And that was for my birthday. I think I said that. So that kind of gave me extra money already before the month even started. So that helped. Plus we got GST rebate this month. That was, almost $100 there. So that makes a big difference. We get that every 4 months, 3 months. Every 3 months. That's just to get us to complain less about more taxes. They kind of give us some of it back. Like that, you know, makes a difference. No, it's supposed to help out the lower income people. Because the less money you make, the more of that GST you get back, which doesn't make sense because You know, the more money you make, the more you're going to spend, and the more GST tax you're going to be spent. You're going to be paying out, right? So the more you make, the more you should get back. But that's not how they do it. You know, it just kind of, it helps out the people that are low income, because, you know, the last thing we need is, you know, another tax to pay, like the carbon tax. I doubt we'll get any of that back. And where does it go? What does that money go to help reduce carbon emissions, right? That's the whole debate about it. Where is that money going? It's not that it's another tax. It's not that, you know, the environment doesn't need help or anything like that. The question is, what does that money actually go to? You know, because everybody has to pay it, whether you're low income or not. What does that money actually go to that's going to help reduce carbon, right? That's the whole thing. And if it's like that, and we're supposed to get some of it back, what's the point of giving it back if you're going to charge it for, you know what I mean? None of it makes any sense. But that's the way it is, right? And of course, you know, all these increases, you know, being on income assistance, you know, we don't get increase in our income. That's worse. Everybody complains about, you know, minimum wage needs to be higher and that. Well, first of all, minimum wage was never meant to be a livable wage. It was never meant to be an amount that you can live off of. You know, it was never intended to be that. It's a starter, you know, but everybody wants minimum wage to be higher. Well, when you raise minimum wage, businesses have to increase their prices. You know, if they don't, they're going to go out of business. They have to make a profit, so they have to raise their prices. That increase gets transferred over to the customer, like me, who has to pay more so somebody else can get paid more. I don't get paid more, so it costs me more, and I have less money. You know, but prices go up, so you end up in the same situation you were before minimum wage went up to begin with. It's just a circle. Everybody says, oh, we need more, so we charge more. And that gets passed on to the customer. And it just, you don't have any money left over, any more left over than you did beforehand. Because everything else adjusts to whatever that, you know. That's what drives me nuts about it. You know, minimum wage for someone who's working is not a minimum wage for somebody on ODSP. We get minimum wage. That's all we get. It does not go up. Now, for a while, when somebody, I can't remember who it was, got into office, they raised our amounts up. We got a 1% increase for like 2 or 3 years. 1% per year. For, you know, it amounted to like a coffee a month. You know, it was ridiculous. Anyway, I really got off track there. I had no intention of talking about any of that. I don't know where that came from. So that's all I got. I just don't have anything else. I haven't done anything, so there's really nothing to update on. I'm just trying to get this machine working, get everything fixed properly so I can actually trust it. And just kind of go from there, I guess. You know, I guess we'll see what happens. And at some point, I want to get my green screen back. I still got the old one. It's sitting here all rolled up. I can like pull it out behind me, but it's such a pain setting it up and trying to get the lighting and everything because there's just too much stuff here. So I want to drop down from the ceiling. That's what I'm planning on doing. I've got the new green screen and everything. I've got my $25 1-inch or 2-inch doweling that I'll use. And it's just a matter of getting to it. There's so many priorities right now that have to be done first. Anyway, I guess that's all I got. Thanks for watching it.